Coming to you live from the TSTV studio, it's Late Night Review with Kate Salkowitz and Jack Overbeck.
Good evening and welcome to Late Night Review, where we talk about what's happening
and what's not.
I'm Jack Overbeck.
I'm Kate Salkowitz, and here are tonight's top stories.
Brett Kavanaugh, pictured here presumably trying to grope the photographer, has vowed not to back down from the Supreme Court confirmation process, even amidst the emergence of new and disturbing allegations against him from his college years. Deborah Ramirez, one of Kavanaugh's classmates at Yale, has accused the justice of drunkenly exposing himself to her at a party before attempting to force himself on her. Kavanaugh continues to deny all allegations and said in his defense that he remained a virgin throughout his high school years and for some time thereafter, which is probably true considering that the extent of his game was to be a drunken, belligerent pervert.
In response to Dr. Christine Blasey Ford's accusation that he attempted to sexually assault her at a small high school party back in 1982, Brett Kavanaugh plans to submit as evidence a calendar he kept in 1982 with no such party marked on it. Okay, what teenager writes every single thing they do down on a calendar? I bought a planner for this academic year 4 weeks ago, and right now the only thing written in it is Jack's birthday. And how does he have access to a calendar he kept in high school? That new planner I was just talking about, I already lost it.
In a statement thanking first responders in the aftermath of Hurricane Florence, President Trump dubbed the storm a tough hurricane, calling it one of the wettest we've seen from the standpoint of water. His words. And obviously the president is infamous for his poor Senate structure, like his classic worst trade deal in the history of trade deals quip, but this has to be one of the most redundant sentences I've ever heard from the standpoint of repeating things a second time.
The Australian government has recalled thousands of boxes of strawberries after needles were discovered hiding in the fruit, but thankfully all the affected strawberries are now safe thanks to the quick administration of the life-saving drug Narcan. Last week, a bunch of on the shore of Florida, there was a lot of weed that washed up on shore, and here to talk about it is our good friend, Weed.
Weed, everybody.
Sup, man?
Sup, Weed? Haven't seen you in a few hours. How's it been?
It's been good. I've just been trying to chill, but this whole mess in Florida is really bumming me out, man. It's just a whole mess.
Well, I mean, what's been going on? You want to tell us a little more about it?
My friends are getting kidnapped, man.
Like who?
My friends. Blue Dream, Green Crack, Strawberry Cough, Skywalker OG, Nintendo 64, 5-Star Notebook, Mambo number 5.
Okay. So, tell us about all this, about the kidnapping.
Well, my friends are getting smoked, man. And I don't mean smoked out. People are ripping them to pieces, grinding them up, and smoking them some sick race to the finish line.
But don't you guys like having your purpose fulfilled?
Our purpose isn't to die, Jack. We absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. You know, fight global warming.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we know about the carbon cycle and stuff. Like, you're a plant, but like, you know, what do you suggest people do in the meantime?
Well, all I'm saying is, if you just want to get high, just don't use a good plant.
So, like, what would you suggest instead?
You know, smoke more meth, man.
Whoa, what?
Well, look, we don't want to die. It's just like...
Okay. Are you seriously suggesting that people smoke meth? Instead, we can't... This is an FCC-regulated broadcast. We can't just tell people to start smoking meth.
Yeah, that's definitely illegal.
Well, if you're not going to commit, then just don't do drugs at all. I mean, look at me. I'm all washed up.
Yeah, speaking of which, how did you end up on that beach?
I don't know, man. That night was pretty crazy.
I really feel like we're not getting anything out of this interview.
Yeah,
Hey, you want to hang out later?
Yeah, man. Hey, what are all those cameras doing here, man? And all those people.
Are you just not noticing that? That's the show. You're on.
I think I see them. I think so.
The show. You agreed to be on the show.
Nah, man, you can't broadcast this. I'm not allowed to be in the States. Oh no, man. I gotta go.
All right, man. Weed, everyone. We will see him after the show. The FDA declared last week that vaping among teenagers has reached epidemic levels. 5 companies that sell the popular flavored nicotine products have now been given 60 days to submit plans for keeping e-cigarettes out of the hands of minors. In response, Juul has announced the release of several kid-proof flavors such as black coffee, Brussels sprouts, and bedtime.
It's been revealed that Deputy Attorney General Rosen Stein proposed invoking the 25th Amendment, which can remove the president from power if he is deemed to be unfit for office, at the beginning of his term as the deputy. While the president hasn't been officially declared unfit for office, I'm at the very least going to declare him unfit to fill out a suit. Oh, I'm sorry, we have the wrong graphic there. There it is.
Amazon has announced the upcoming release of new Alexa devices, including a microwave and a clock. But if you require the assistance of a voice-activated microwave to heat up your food, you're probably too stoned to be eating whatever it is you're trying to make. You can't put maple syrup in ramen. Don't put Alexa through that. It won't work, and it's not going to taste good.
It did taste good. Today, Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison for sexually assaulting Andrea Constand in 2004. He is reportedly planning to postpone his appeal until after Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation.
And finally, this week, several quotes from Stormy Daniels' new book were leaked to the press. The passages describe her affair with the president in graphic detail. He knows he has an unusual penis, Daniels wrote. It has a huge mushroom head like a toadstool. She goes on to compare it to the mushroom character in Mario Kart. And if you're at all familiar with the mushrooms in Mario Kart, then it starts to make sense why he finished so fast. For Late Night Review, I'm Kate Selkowitz.
I'm Jack Overbeck.
Good night!